this video, I'm going to show you how to make a one-click email poll where you can get the responses of your audience, but also know who made what response within Systeme. So this is what we're making right here. So this is a poll that I ran last week and it worked really well. So essentially there's just 4 different buttons here. Each one of these buttons links them to a sales page, but we're also capturing who clicked what button. To do this, you're first going to want a website or web page for each individual button that you want to send them to. So for example, I just created one funnel and within it, I put one page per funnel, and each one of these are squeeze pages. So they just have information on it. And mine specifically had like a survey that they could fill out to give me additional information for why they clicked that option. And so all we're going to do is once you've created your pages the way you want, basically whenever they click the button, this is the page they're going to get sent to. And so we have a different link for each of these, and it doesn't really matter what your link is called, you just need that link there. So what we do is we come into our emails and we can go to newsletter. You can even go to campaign. You can do this within a campaign as well. I'm just going to show you how to do this within a newsletter. Then you hit create, and within create, we're just going to give this a subject. So I'm just going to say, this is a test email. And then I'm going to specifically do the visual editor, and I'm just going to use the template that was already selected. I'm then going to go into my test email, and within this, I can click on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in our poll. So I can delete a lot of this out. Okay, so we just have a little bit of information here, and all I'm going to do is add in a header, and this is going to be the question for the poll. So we can say, what is your favorite color? Just as an example. And then I can make this look a lot different. So I can make it slightly bigger by increasing it. I can make it bold, underline and italicize, so it looks a little bit more different. And then I can add in my buttons here. So I can change the formatting of this. I'm not going to go into that now. I'm just going to take this and duplicate my button 4 times. So you can have unlimited number of options. I like 4, or you can do like 2 if you'd rather do that. And so within here, what we're going to do is we're going to place the URL for each of our options and change the text so that they know which option they're clicking. So for example, in this case, I'm just going to copy this URL and I can paste it in here, and I'm just going to put expensive. Obviously, I put more detail into what my poll actually said. And here we can do unaware. We're going to copy this and we can just do unaware and put our URL in there. We can click in here, copy that. We're going to do lack of features, and then we'll click this last one, copy that, and just click, paste that in here, and now click not relevant. So now what we can do is if you want these to actually line up, what I did is I came in here and I played with the right and left padding until I got it to look a lot better. So you can see how this kind of lines up a little bit better. This one we can probably decrease a little bit. So you can do that to get them to basically line up with each other. Then what we're going to do is now we have this, and ultimately you could actually just track the number of visits to the page if you wanted to get a relative number of people who clicked on what poll. But what we're going to do is actually automate things so that we are tagging people based off what they clicked on so that we can actually know the individual people who clicked on what. So with all of this, we can click Save Changes and I can click Exit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, and I'm just going to click save real quick. And now I'm going to go into my automations and I'm going to go into rules. Right now, you can't do this specific thing within workflows. You have to do it within rules. So I'm going to create a new rule, and my trigger is going to be when an email is clicked. And so I can click the email. So I just did test email. So I did that, and then it says email link. So now I can choose my email link. So you can see here, there was some email or some link within that email that was just blank. I would need to remove that out. It's because I used the template and it probably just had a blank email in there. So now I can click the correct link for the button. So I can click RMA price. And when I do this, I can say add a tag. And then I can create a new tag, and I'm just going to say test price and create that new tag there, and then save that rule. And so what I'm going to do is do this 4 different times for the different links that I had. And unfortunately, you can't duplicate the rule. You do have to create the new rule every time. Okay, so now you see I have all 4 rules. So I have the price, unaware, lacking, or relevancy, and it works with the specific link that they clicked. So now I'm all ready to go ahead and send my campaign. So if I come into test email, I can send it, and I'm only going to send it to this test campaign. This is just 2 of my own emails that's within my system so that I can show you how this works. So I can send it to that test campaign. So now I can really quick go ahead and save and send. If you save and test, it's not going to have the same automations attached to it. So we want to do save and send. Here is how the poll looks when it's sent, and if I click expensive, I automatically get redirected to this web page, and then it has a little survey in there that worked really well for me. So now you can see that when I filtered by my tags for test price, that was the specific tag that I put to the button that I clicked, I appear here. So this gives me, one, I can just look at the number of tags. I can filter for the tag and then look at the number up in my contacts to see how many people clicked on which option. And then the second thing is I can actually see who. So if I want to follow up with people who click a specific option, I can now do that by just setting the tag that I want to be able to follow up with. And I actually did that to actually increase sales to my membership. So I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions about using Systeme.io, leave me a comment down below, and I hope to see you in the next video.